Jones was a mighty man. Now he's resting in the promised land. The kind of music you could understand was an 8-wheel driver under his command. He made the freight train boogie all the time. He made the freight train boogie as he rolled down the line.
In a world where a lot of people are called icons, Willie Nelson is the real deal. With his endless number of by now classic hits, including Nightlife, Hello Walls, Funny How Time Slips Away, and Crazy, he changed country music forever. Many lesser musicians would be resting on their laurels by now, but he's just come out with a new album on Rounder Records called simply Country Music, and he'll be performing tonight at 7 o'clock at the Manhattan Center Grand Ballroom on West 34th Street. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Willie Nelson back to our show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Country music was produced by T-Bone Burnett. Is this the first time you've worked with him?
Yeah, I've known him for many years. He comes from the same part of the country, from Texas, and I've known him by reputation, also met him several times. We played golf together, and we just decided one day that we'd make a record. And he went away, got some songs, and he brought all the songs to the session except for the one Nina Simone song that I brought, Nobody's Fault But Mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is a different experience when you work with a different producer, or because in the end you're such an established performer, I would think that in the end he just simply would say, okay, whatever you do, Willie, that's great with me.
Well, no, when you have a producer of his caliber, if you're really smart, you'll let him do what he knows how to do. And that's, he brought a list of wonderful songs, put together the best musicians possible for this particular type of songs. And we did it in Nashville at a great studio there. And it was one of the easiest records that I ever made.
Well, Nobody's Fault But Mine, I think, is a gospel record, a gospel song originally. But all the rest are country standards?
Right.
How did you choose? Oh, well, he chose these things. And when he gave you the list, did you say great because those are songs I've always liked?
Well, yeah, most of the songs on there I had heard, but there were a couple I hadn't heard. Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down. I'd never heard that song before. And there was a Bob Wills song in there that we did that I thought I knew all Bob Wills songs, but this was one I hadn't heard.
Rounder Records is promoting this as a bluegrass album. Do you think of it as bluegrass?
Well, I don't, but I could understand why it might be thought about as bluegrass by other people because it has a bluegrass sound, fiddles, mandolin.
And no drums.
And no drums, yeah.
The song that we're going to go into the break with a little later is Gotta Walk Alone by Weldon Alford and John Hathcock. I didn't know that one.
That's the Bob Wills song that I had never heard.
So was it just an obscure record by Bob Wills, or had it been a hit?
I don't think it had been a hit, but of course I don't know. T-Bone brought it to the session, and I had never heard it before.
Well, there are all these wonderful songs that are floating around. I suspect you wrote a couple that you thought should have been hits, but for some reason or another, they just never caught on.
Well, yeah, there are several of them.
But when you hear a song like this, I'm sure you wonder, well, why didn't that Bob Wills had so many hits? Why didn't this one become a hit?
Yeah, and of course it may have been a hit. I don't know, but I just had never heard it.
Some of them, the songs that you sing, were originally duets, like "My Baby's Gone" by the Louvin Brothers.
Louvin Brothers, yeah.
And "Freight Train Boogie," which we opened with. That was the Delmore Brothers. Do you hear the harmony part in your head when you're singing the song?
Well, not really, but I guess I could if I thought about it. I'm not really thinking harmony when I'm singing it.
You're just singing the song.
I'm just singing the song, but I think Jimmy Lauderdale was a harmony singer singing with me on these, and he's an incredible singer, too, so it was easy to sing harmony with him.
Well, you must have known the Louvins when you were living in Nashville. Does that affect the way you relate to a song? I knew these guys.
Well, it has to. The Louvin Brothers was such a great duet. Their music, to me, was some of the finest harmony. And this song that we did, "My Baby's Gone," is one of their classic songs. But Ira and Charlie Louvin, I just love that harmony.